You blamed yourself for the sudden loss. Archangel Michael traced it back to a sister's lips and a whispered curse. He can reverse it, but only if you don't wait. Open this within 2 minutes. The loss came suddenly, like a storm that swept away everything you thought was stable. It left you staring at the broken pieces, wondering why it happened, and why it happened so quickly. You searched for answers within yourself, whispering accusations against your own soul. What did I do wrong? Where did I fail? Why did this collapse without warning? You carried the weight of guilt as though your hands had triggered the fall. But the truth, child of light, is far different. It was not your fault. What came against you was not born of your mistakes, but of words forged in secret places, words whispered with hidden venom. This was no coincidence. This was not random. The sudden loss was not a natural shaking, but a spiritual orchestration. In the unseen realm, the shadows stirred, and one close to you opened her lips against you. A sister's lips, lips you trusted, lips you thought carried only love, yet from them slipped a curse, soft and quiet, but sharp enough to pierce destiny. It was not shouted in rage, but whispered in envy. That whisper traveled further than you knew. It altered paths. It bent doors. It created storms that you could not trace, but heaven traced it for you. And now, I, Michael, the guardian of divine justice, reveal it to you. You were never to blame. The sudden loss had roots deeper than you could see. It was spoken, not by your own doing, but by the breath of betrayal. But hear me clearly, what was whispered can be reversed. What was stolen can be restored. What was shut can be opened. Yet there is a condition: you must not delay. For time is the vessel heaven has chosen, and obedience is the key. This is not for all who hear, but only for the one whose spirit quickens at this truth. If your heart burns even now, know that this message is for you. Be still. Do not expose what heaven is revealing. Silence is your weapon, and obedience is your shield. If you will hear and not rush, if you will wait and not break the silence, then what was spoken against you will bend, and the curse will bow before reversal. Type "I am anointed" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1122 is now activated. Hear me now, for the heavens have torn the veil and time itself has been interrupted. This is not an ordinary moment, not an ordinary message, not an ordinary sound reaching your ears. Within 2 minutes, this word carries a vibration that pierces the unseen. It will either be received and sealed into your spirit as a sort of reversal, or it will pass by like wind, leaving only silence. Child of God, you cannot hesitate. Delay is the thief that steals divine intervention, and hesitation is the weight that keeps heaven's hand from moving swiftly. I speak as Michael, commander of the armies of light, the one who traces whispers to their origin, the one who bends curses back to their senders, the one who stands guard at the threshold of destiny. You blamed yourself for the loss, but heaven shows me the truth. It was not your mistake, not your failure, not your weakness. It was betrayal cloaked in closeness, a whispered curse hidden behind a sister's lips. Such words are seeds, and once planted, they move in the unseen, waiting for a moment to strike. And now, that moment has been revealed. But hear me, this is not for all. This message is not scattered like dust to the crown. This message is precise, surgical, divinely aimed. It finds you because your spirit has been crying out for clarity. It finds you because heaven has marked your tears, recorded your silence, and weighed your heart. You know even now that it is not coincidence you hear this word. The spirit within you testifies. This is for you. Within 2 minutes of this declaration, the atmosphere around you shifts. The chains begin to loosen. The curse begins to unravel. But only if you obey. You must not tell. You must not rush. You must not reveal prematurely what heaven has whispered to you in secret. The power of reversal is not only in the words spoken by heaven, but in your obedience to remain still until the appointed hour. I declare this over you. The curse that bent your path is now bending in reverse. The whispered words that tangled your destiny are being cut strand by the sword of light. Yet urgency remains. If you wait too long, the window closes. If you dismiss this as ordinary, you walk away unchanged. But if you act swiftly, if you believe, if you open your heart within this moment, then the very forces that rose against you will bow to the reversal power of heaven. Listen carefully. This is a divine interruption. Time is being bent so that your story can be rewritten. The heavens themselves have leaned toward your life. You are not forgot. You are not condemned. You are chosen, and your obedience will unlock what betrayal tried to seal shut. The curse is trembling, for it has been discovered. The one who whispered has been exposed, and the silence of your obedience is now your weapon of war. Lift your spirit, child of light, for you are not abandoned in this battle. I, Michael, have been sent to fight for you, but your stillness empowers my sword. Your silence fortifies heaven's armies. Within this moment, decide. Do not wait. Do not doubt. Open, believe, and seal this truth within your heart before the sands of time slip away. For your reversal depends on your swiftness. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 7777 is now released into your life. The betrayal came not from the hands of a stranger, but from one you called close. This is the sting that lingers, the shadow that hovers, the mystery that has kept you awake at night. For how could the wound be so sharp unless it was crafted by someone who knew your heart? You asked yourself, why me? Why now? What have I done to deserve this sudden tearing away? You replayed the moments, the conversations, the memories, as though some hidden fault in you could explain it. But no matter how many times you circle the memory, the answer does not appear. Because it was never your fault. A sister's lips, soft in appearance, gentle in sound, but heavy with venom. You never saw it coming. The curse did not roar. It did not thunder. It whispered. And whispers carry further in the spirit than screams do in the flesh. She cloaked her envy behind smiles. She hid her resentment behind words of kindness. Yet in the silence of her heart, bitterness fermented, and from her lips, that poison was released. You could not see it, but heaven traced it. You could not hear it, but the spirit realm shifted under its weight. And the sudden loss you experienced was not a random strike, but the ripple of that curse finally breaking through the surface of your life. This is why confusion wrapped around your soul. You blamed yourself. You believed you failed. You thought your prayers had gone unheard, that your strength was not enough, that your destiny had slipped through your own hands. But no, beloved, it was not you. It was words whispered in the dark, pulling at the threads of your purpose. Do you feel the mystery now? The questions still circle. Why you? Why did heaven allow this curse to find you? Why did betrayal rise from within the circle of trust? Hear me clearly, because you are chosen, and the chosen are always targeted. The greater your destiny, the sharper the arrows formed against you. The more radiant your light, the stronger the shadows that gather to oppose it. You are not under attack because you are weak. You are under attack because you carry weight in the spirit. Even now, you sense unseen eyes upon you. Watchers that do not always clap when you rise. Not every embrace is pure. Not every smile is free of envy. There are motives you cannot discern with your natural sight, but heaven has seen them. Heaven has recorded them, and heaven has now revealed them to you. The mystery is being unraveled before your eyes, and what was cloaked in secrecy is being brought into the open. But child of God, take courage. Though betrayal has touched you, it cannot define you. Though whispers have shifted your path, they cannot end your destiny. Though you felt the sting of loss, you will feel the roar of reversal. This is why Michael has spoken, why this word found you in this very hour. The curse has been traced. The betrayal has been exposed. Now, your story is ready to be rewritten. Type "I am protected" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1414 is covering you now. Beloved, as this mystery unfolds and you hear heaven's voice through these words, remember this: every seed you sow into this mission becomes a weapon of light, breaking chains and releasing truth to others walking in silence. When you give, you are not giving to a channel. You are sowing into the harvest of souls, into the breaking of curses, into the rising of destinies. The Lord declares, those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. And today, that promise is alive for you. I feel led to tell you this. Your support carries the oil that allows these messages to flow without ceasing. I invite you, step into this river. Let your giving be the act that seals your breakthrough. You can support by pressing Super Thanks or joining as a channel member here on YouTube or through PayPal. The link is in the description below. As you release, heaven releases. As you sow, heaven multiplies. As you honor God's word, God honors your house. Do not delay. Act as one chosen, one anointed, one marked by heaven. Release your gift now and watch how the reversal manifests in your life. The sudden loss that shattered your peace was never the product of chance, nor was it born from your mistakes. It was the mark of spiritual warfare. The curse spoken in secret was not mere words in the air. It was a weapon forged in the shadows, sharpened by envy, and sent forth with demonic intention. For the tongue has power over life and death, and in the unseen realm, words carry weight that can shift destinies. Ancestors' lips were not just lips. They became the gate through which darkness sought permission to touch your path. But hear this truth: the chosen are always attacked because of what they carry. A vessel of ordinary value does not attract thieves, but treasure hidden in clay jars becomes the target of robbers. You carry weight in the spirit. You carry fire in your soul. You carry an anointing that disrupts darkness, and because of this, the enemy sought to silence you. The loss you experienced was an attempt to break your spirit, to turn your gaze inward with guilt, to convince you that you had failed. But heaven has revealed the truth so that you will no longer be deceived by this lie. The curse was designed as a weapon, but weapons are powerless against the shield of obedience and the covering of faith. The real battle was not the loss you suffered, but the response you would give. Would you break your silence and expose too soon what heaven was doing? Would you fall into despair and surrender your faith? Or would you remain still, shielded by trust, allowing the armies of heaven to fight on your behalf? This is the true test, not whether you are strong in the flesh, but whether you are steadfast in the spirit. For heaven has been watching all along. Your tears have been recorded. Your sleepless nights have been seen. Your whispered prayers, even when you doubted their strength, rose before the throne like incense. Do not believe the lie that you have been abandoned. The Father who called you has never turned his face away. Even when the curse pressed hard against you, even when betrayal struck, heaven remained at your side, waiting for the appointed hour to reveal the truth. Do you see it now? This is not just a personal tragedy. This is warfare. You are not the victim of bad luck. You are the target of spiritual opposition. And yet, in this revelation lies your victory. For the moment truth is uncovered, the enemy loses his advantage. Lies only hold power in darkness, but when exposed to light, they dissolve. What was whispered in secret is now shouted in the heavens, and the curse that sought to bury you is now trembling under divine judgment. Therefore, child of God, rise in your spirit. Understand that your suffering was not meaningless. The warfare was fierce because your calling is fierce. The betrayal was sharp because your destiny is sharp. And now, with heaven revealing the plot, you are no longer blind to the battle. The sword is in Michael's hand, and the command has been given. No curse shall prevail. No whispered lie shall stand. No darkness shall overcome the one heaven has marked. Stand still. Believe. For heaven fights for you. Type "I am guarded" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 2233 is now covering your life. Child of destiny, hear the weight of what I speak now. The curse has been exposed. The betrayal has been traced, but exposure is not the end. It is the beginning of a choice. For the forces that rose against you have not surrendered quietly. Even now, as light pierces their schemes, they are pressing harder, plotting deeper, searching for another way to tighten the snare. This is why heaven sends a warning. Do not move carelessly. Do not speak prematurely. Do not hand the enemy what silence would have denied him. For if your lips break the silence too soon, the whispers will multiply. What was once a single curse will become a chorus. The shadows wait for you to expose what heaven has whispered in secret. If you rush to reveal, you give them room to strike again. But if you remain still, if you hold your peace, then the snare will collapse upon itself, and the very words spoken against you will fall back on the sender. There is a time frame. Mark this. Within 72 hours, the atmosphere around you will shift. This window is sacred. What was whispered has reached its climax, and now it stands at the edge of breaking. In this span of time, either the curse tightens its grip, or the sword of reversal severs it completely. The decision rests upon your obedience. Heaven does not speak in vain, nor does it warn without purpose. If you obey, the 72 hours become the countdown to deliverance. If you delay, they become the countdown to entanglement. I see unseen forces pressing against you, testing your resolve, stirring distractions, tempting you to break the silence. It may come as pressure in conversations, as strange unrest in your spirit, as attempts from others to pull words from your lips. Resist them. Hold your ground. For silence is not emptiness, it is your fortress. Stillness is not weakness, it is your shield. The curse has already lost its power. It only waits to see if you will hand it back authority through disobedience. The warning is sharp because the stakes are high. Heaven has intervened, but heaven requires your alignment. The loss was sudden, yes, but the reversal will be swifter if you stand firm. Imagine this. The whisper that sought to undo you is already trembling, already unraveling. The unseen watchers know the light has found them. They are unsettled, restless, desperate. Do not give them fuel. Do not grant them access. For your silence starves them, but your words could feed them. This is why you feel the urgency pressing on your heart even now. It is not just emotion, it is heaven's alarm sounding in your spirit. The scales are tipping, the lines are being drawn, and your obedience is the hinge. Do not think the 72 hours are casual time. They are sacred. Each hour carries weight. Each hour heaven watches closely. Hold your peace, and the sword of Michael will finish what has been started. Break your silence, and the battle will prolong. Beloved, take this warning as mercy, not fear. Heaven speaks to protect, not to condemn. You are not left defenseless. You are surrounded, covered, and guarded. But the final movement requires your obedience. Within 72 hours, the verdict will manifest, curse broken or curse tightened. The choice is in your hands. Type "I am obedient" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 4444 now shields your destiny. Beloved child of light, the battle is real, but so is your protection. You must understand that silence in this season is not weakness, it is a weapon. Stillness is not surrender, it is divine strength. For even as you stand still, heaven is moving. Even as you remain quiet, armies of angels march on your behalf. You are not abandoned to fight this alone. I, Michael, have drawn my sword in your defense. The Lord of hosts has commanded me to shield you, to war for you, to stand guard over your destiny until the curse that was whispered is fully broken. Hear this carefully. Your obedience is the gate through which heaven's protection flows. Do not mistake your silence as passivity. No, it is the exact opposite. When you choose not to speak prematurely, you fortify the heavens. When you withhold your words from curious ears, you build walls that darkness cannot climb. Your silence becomes an altar where angels move freely, unhindered by interference. And while you remain in stillness, heaven fights battles you cannot see. The curse has already begun to unravel. The reversal is already in motion. But to secure it, you must not break alignment. When you feel the urge to explain yourself, resist it. When you are tempted to defend your name before men, remember that heaven defends your name before thrones. The battle is not fought with arguments, nor is it won with human explanations. It is fought in the silence of prayer and the stillness of trust. Pray, yes. But pray as one who knows victory has already begun. Whisper not with desperation, but with faith. Declare not with fear, but with confidence. Speak protective affirmations over yourself. I am guarded. I am hidden in the shadow of his wings. No curse can prosper against me. No word spoken in secret shall prevail. Let these declarations wrap around your spirit like armor. For in prayer, you do not fight alone. Every word rises like incense, joining with the commands already spoken in heaven's courts. Withdraw when needed. Do not give every voice access to your heart. Not everyone who smiles wishes you well. Protect your spirit by limiting the doors you open. Stillness will preserve you while Michael fights for you. Obedience will shield you while heaven overturns the curse. Silence will ensure that the plot against you collapses without finding fuel. Do not fear the shadows. They bark loudly, but they are powerless against the sword of light. You are surrounded by fire. You are wrapped in the armor of heaven. I have been stationed at your side, and the Father's hand is never lifted from you. Rest in this truth. You are covered. You are chosen. You are untouchable as long as you remain aligned. Take courage, child of destiny. No curse is stronger than the command of God. No betrayal can rewrite the story heaven has written. The whispered words have been traced, and now they are being erased. Be still. Trust. Watch as the Lord Himself vindicates you. The curse is breaking. The reversal is coming. Your silence is sealing it. Type "I am protected by heaven" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 5555 now surrounds you with angelic covering. Child of destiny, you have been wounded, yes, but you are not broken. You have been struck, but you are not destroyed. What the enemy whispered against you was designed to bear you, yet here you stand, still breathing, still believing, still hearing the voice of heaven. That alone is proof of your resilience, proof of your calling, proof that you are not as fragile as they thought you were. The enemy expected you to crumble, but instead, you are being refined. The curse they spoke will become the very fire that shapes your wings for flight. Do you see what heaven is doing? The narrative is shifting. You are not a victim of betrayal. You are a witness of transformation. You are not defined by sudden loss. You are being prepared for sudden elevation. The ashes of what was taken are becoming the soil of what will grow. The sorrow that clung to your heart is being turned into the strength of your spirit. For the power of heaven does not merely shield, it transforms. What came to weaken you will become the platform that strengthens you. Hear this clearly. You are not who they think you are anymore. The one they envied has already died, and in your place rises someone stronger, someone wiser, someone crowned with fire. You are not small. You are not ordinary. You are not forgotten. You are chosen, anointed, marked. And this betrayal was the final proof that your destiny cannot be ignored. For had you carried no weight in the spirit, no one would have wasted breath to curse you. Your very opposition is evidence of your importance. Rise, then, child of light. Spread your wings in faith. Feel the fire coursing through your destiny. You are not buried. You are planted. You are not ending. You are rising. You are not broken. You are being remade. Lift your head, for heaven has declared you victorious. The curse is bowing, and from its ashes, your glory is rising. You must declare it with your own lips now. I am not a victim. I'm a victor. I'm not cursed. I'm blessed. I am not forgot you. I am chosen. Each declaration breaks chains. Each word of empowerment seals heaven's work in your life. Do not shrink back into sorrow. Do not retreat into silence of despair. Instead, walk boldly into the silence of power, the stillness where God moves mountains on your behalf. You will not only survive this, you will thrive because of it. You will not only rise again, you will rise higher than before. Those who whispered against you will watch your elevation, for heaven prepares a table in the presence of your enemies. Your wings are unfolding, your fire is igniting, and the one who was thought weak is now revealed as unstoppable. The betrayal was real, but your transformation is greater. Take this to heart, beloved. What the enemy sent to break you has become the very proof that you cannot be broken. The curse is being rewritten as a testimony. The pain is being reshaped into purpose. You are not at the mercy of whispered lies. You are rising by the decree of heaven. Type "I am rising" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing note 1313 now ignites empowerment within you. Beloved, listen with the ears of your spirit, for heaven now unveils the deeper truth. The loss you suffered was not only an attack, it was a trigger. What was whispered against you, though designed to destroy, was permitted to unlock. The very curse that sought to end you became the key that announced your elevation. The sudden loss was painful, yes, but it was also prophetic. For in the kingdom of God, what the enemy designs for evil becomes the raw material for divine promotion. Do you not remember the story of Joseph? Betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, accused falsely, thrown into prison, every loss was designed to bury him. Yet each betrayal, each curse, each loss pushed him closer to the throne. So it is with you. The curse spoken by a sister's lips was not the end of your story. It was the beginning of your rise. The sudden tearing away did not remove your destiny. It unveiled it. For only in loss could the next level be born. Only in betrayal could the hidden crown be revealed. Child of destiny, heaven whispers this over you now. This curse was meant to end you, but it shall announce your promotion. What was spoken in secret shall now proclaim your name before heaven and earth. You will not be remembered for what you lost. You will be remembered for how heaven restored you. The loss was a trumpet in the spirit, announcing that your season of hiddenness is ending. The curse was a spotlight, drawing the gaze of heaven's armies to your name. And now, your reversal is not only for restoration, it is for elevation. Do not fear the betrayal anymore. Do not fear the whispered curse. They have done their worst, and yet you remain. That is the greatest proof that heaven's hand is on you. If the curse could not kill you, it can only promote you. If the betrayal did not destroy you, it can only reveal you. You are walking into a season where what was whispered in darkness will be overshadowed by what God declares in light. Your destiny is not fragile. It is unshakable. And heaven has already written the next chapter of your story. I, Michael, declare this over you. The words spoken against you are being reversed. The curse is unraveling. The betrayal is being turned into blessing. The sudden loss is becoming sudden gain. Heaven has remembered your name, and the restoration coming will not be silent. It will be multiplied. This is why you felt the heaviness, why the loss was so sharp, why the betrayal pierced so deep. Because your elevation required it. Because your promotion depended on it. because heaven was waiting for the exact moment to break open what had been hidden. Lift your spirit and receive this prophecy. Your loss is turning into a divine unlocking. What the enemy designed to shut doors has, in fact, opened gates. What was taken will be returned with increase. What was whispered will be overshadowed by shouts of joy. The curse has lost, and heaven has won. Type "I am elevated" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 8888 is now opening divine gates for you. Beloved soul, as you hear this revelation, know that you are part of a greater movement. Every word released here is not just for you, but for thousands of others who feel abandoned, who blame themselves, who carry hidden curses they do not understand. When you support this mission, you become the vessel God uses to deliver freedom to others. Your seed becomes light in someone's darkness. Your giving becomes the oil that keeps this fire burning without ceasing. The Spirit says, "Those who sow in tears shall reap in joy," and today, as you sow, your giving becomes prophetic. It is not a donation. It is an act of spiritual warfare. Each super thanks, each membership, each PayPal offering link in the description becomes a declaration. I will not let the curse win. I will fund the spreading of heaven's voice. Step into this divine exchange. Do not wait. Do not hesitate. As you release, heaven releases. As you sow, heaven multiplies. As you give, heaven surrounds you with favor. Act now, and let your support become the key that unlocks not only a reversal, but the reversal of many. Child of light, the hour of revelation has passed, and now the hour of activation has come. You have heard the truth, that the sudden loss was not your fault, that the curse was traced, that heaven has revealed the betrayal and promised reversal. But hear me carefully. Revelation without response is wasted. Prophecy without activation lies dormant. Heaven has unveiled the mystery, but now heaven waits for your yes. This is where you rise. This is where you align. This is where your spirit responds with power. For destiny is not passive. It is forged in the fire of declaration. Heaven will not force you into greatness. It invites you. The armies of angels surround you, but they march in step with your obedience. The curse is unraveling, but your voice must agree with heaven for the reversal to be sealed. You are not a spectator in this battle. You are a co-laborer with God. Say it now. I align with heaven. I agree with the reversal. I declare restoration over my life. Each word you speak in faith becomes a hammer that shatters the remnants of the curse. Each declaration becomes a seed planted into the soil of destiny. Do not allow silence born of fear to hold you back. Instead, embrace silence born of wisdom, and when you do speak, let your words thunder in the Spirit. Heaven has handed you the pen. Now write the next chapter with your voice. The curse tried to paralyze you with guilt, but today your tongue becomes your weapon. You're not wasted on defending yourself to men. Use it to affirm your identity before God. Say, I am chosen. I am anointed. I am untouchable. I am rising. As you declare it, you are not merely speaking. You are activating. You are opening doors that curses tried to shut. You are calling forth blessings that were waiting for your agreement. Child of destiny, this is the divine partnership. Heaven fights, but you declare. Angels move, but you align. Michael wars, but you say yes. When you activate your destiny with agreement, everything shifts. The whispered curse that tried to bind you becomes powerless against your voice of faith. The betrayal that sought to diminish you becomes fuel for your boldness. The sudden loss that shook you becomes the platform for your declaration of victory. This is not the time to retreat. This is not the time to hide in sorrow. This is the moment to rise in the fullness of your calling. Pray with boldness. Declare with strength. Stand with authority. The same power that raised Christ from the dead dwells in you, and it is waiting for activation. Heaven has aligned the reversal, but your response is the final seal. Do not underestimate this moment. What you do now echoes in eternity. Your words today will echo in the spirit realm tomorrow. Your obedience today will open doors for generations. This is not just about you. It is about the destiny of those connected to you. The curse was an attempt to cut off a legacy, but your activation ensures that the legacy will flourish. Rise up, child of heaven. Speak your yes. Seal your alignment. Activate your destiny. For the heavens wait, the angels watch, and your breakthrough is already at the door. Type ISAYYS to heaven in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 9999 is now activating your destiny. Beloved child, while your eyes see silence, your spirit must discern movement. For in the unseen, in realms beyond your natural sight, there is an exchange unfolding, a holy transaction taking place on your behalf. What was whispered in darkness has been brought before the courts of heaven, and the curse that sought to chain you is being unraveled strand by strand. Michael, the guardian of divine order, has stepped into the chamber of justice, carrying the record of what was spoken against you. Heaven's gavel is being raised, and the reversal is already underway. Do not mistake the stillness for inactivity. While you remain in silence, heaven is roaring. Angels move like fire, negotiating in the unseen, presenting evidence against the curse that rose from a sister's lips. Every tear you shed, every night you questioned, every moment you endured is now placed as testimony. The curse has no defense, for it was birthed in envy and rooted in lies. And heaven, being just, cannot let lies stand unchallenged. The whispered word is being measured against the eternal word, and it is collapsing under its weight. This is the silent exchange. You rest while angels war. You sleep while heaven labors. You wait while Michael strikes. What was stolen is being demanded back. What was shut is being ordered open. What was twisted is being commanded straight. The transaction is not visible to your natural eyes, but your spirit has sensed it. That unease you felt, that pull in your heart, that whisper that told you something is shifting, it was the spirit confirming the unseen battle. Even now, I see angels carrying what was taken from you back into your atmosphere. Opportunities that were bent are being straightened. Doors that were slammed shut are creaking open. Relationships that were poisoned are being healed or replaced with better. Finances that were stolen through the curse are being restored with multiplication. You may not hold it in your hands yet, but it is already signed in heaven's courts. And what is decreed in heaven cannot be denied on earth. Child of destiny, trust this mystery. The exchange is silent, but it is sure. The enemy cannot stop it. The whisper cannot block it. The curse cannot override it. For when heaven writes your name upon restoration scrolls, no darkness can erase it. The scales are tipping, and they are tipping in your favor. Your stillness gave heaven the space to act, and now the verdict is being written in line. Be encouraged, for you are not forgotten in this process. Heaven has not overlooked your pain, nor ignored your loss. Every detail is accounted for. Every injustice is noted. And the exchange ensures that not only will you be restored, but you will be vindicated. The one who whispered against you will know that heaven fought for you. The unseen world already trembles at the decree. Reversal, restoration, and release. So wait with confidence. Rest with trust. Stand in silence, knowing that heaven's courts are louder than any curse. The exchange is happening now. The curse is unraveling now. Your reversal is not coming. It has already begun. Type IT is being reversed in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1717 now seals the divine transaction over your life. Beloved, the hour of justice has come. The curse that was whispered in darkness, the venom that dripped from a sister's lips, has been weighed in the scales of heaven and found wanting. What was intended to bind you, to strip you, to reduce you, is now being returned to its sender. For the word of the Lord declares, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. And heaven has already condemned it. The very lips that formed the curse shall now taste the bitterness of its return. Do not misunderstand this as vengeance of the flesh. This is divine justice. This is the balancing of scales. This is heaven's decree that no lie can stand unchallenged, no betrayal can stand unpunished, no curse can rest on the head of the chosen. The words spoken in secret have traveled back through the corridors of the Spirit, and they are now reversing course. They return not with blessing, but with the very sting they carry. And you, child of destiny, are released. Even now, the reversal is multiplying. Heaven does not simply return what was stolen. Heaven restores with increase. If you lost one, you will gain 10. If a door was shut, 7 more will open. If peace was stripped, joy will overflow. The enemy's attempt to reduce you has become the platform for heaven to enlarge you. You will not walk away with equal measure. You will walk away with abundance. For divine justice does not settle for balance. It demands overflow. Can you feel it? The atmosphere around you is shifting. The heaviness you carried is lifting. The guilt that bound you is dissolving. And in its place comes strength, favor, and vindication. You will see doors open where once there were only walls. You will witness opportunities that were delayed suddenly rushing toward you. You will taste favor where betrayal once soured your soul. For heaven is not only undoing the curse, heaven is rewriting your season. Those who doubted you will witness your rise. Those who spoke against you will hear your name lifted. Those who betrayed you will see that heaven never abandoned you. You are not forgotten, and you are not forsaken. Justice has spoken, and its echo will carry into every corner of your life. This is the power of divine reversal. What was spoken against you is now working for you. What was sent to end you is now announcing you. What was cursed is now crowned. The whispered lie is now a shouted testimony. And you will not only be restored, you will be established, rooted, unshakable, untouchable. Rejoice, child of light, for the curse has no more hold. The betrayal has no more power. The sudden loss has no more sting. The gavel has fallen in the courts of heaven, and the verdict is clear. You are vindicated. You are restored. You are elevated. Type "justice is mine" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing Code 3030 is now releasing multiplied restoration into your life. Beloved, hear this closing word with the weight of heaven upon it. The sudden loss that left you broken and confused was never your fault. You carried guilt, but guilt was a lie. You carried shame, but shame was not yours to bear. The loss was not born of weakness. It was birthed from a curse, whispered from the lips of one who cloaked betrayal in closeness. Yet heaven, in its mercy, has exposed the root, revealed the truth, and declared reversal over your life. The curse has been traced. The betrayal has been uncovered. The whispered word has been silenced. And now, the reversal is sealed. The storm that came against you has lost its strength, and the same winds that threatened to destroy you are now carrying you into restoration. Heaven has spoken, and the gavel has fallen. You are free. You are restored. You are elevated. Receive this blessing now. May peace flood your spirit where confusion once dwelled. May joy overflow where sorrow once lingered. May strength rise where weakness once weighed you down. May restoration multiply in every area that lost touch. I declare divine protection over your destiny, divine covering over your household, and divine favor over your days ahead. What was meant to end you will announce you. What was spoken against you will serve you. And what was stolen from you will be returned in greater measure. Beloved, you are sealed, you are seen, you are sent, you are chosen, you are anointed, you are guarded. Heaven has not forgotten your name. The curse is reversed, the loss is redeemed, the betrayal is overturned. Rise now, not as one who barely survived, but as one who has been crowned through the fire. This is your time. This is your reversal. This is your elevation. Go forth with confidence, for you are marked, protected, and unstoppable. Type "my man, IT is done" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing Code 1212 now seals this word over your life. Beloved, before we close, let me speak this with authority. The word that just covered you is meant to reach countless others still bound by lies, curses, and losses they cannot explain. When you support this mission, you are not merely giving, you are sowing into the deliverance of souls. You are planting seeds that heaven multiplies into testimonies across the nations. God declares, "Give, and it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over." As you release your gift, that living word activates over your life. Your support is oil to this flame, manna to this mission, and fire that carries God's voice into places of deep darkness. I invite you to respond now, through super thanks, through channel membership, or by sowing directly through PayPal. Link is in the description. Do not see it as a donation. See it as a prophetic act, a key of obedience that unlocks favor over your household. As you give, may heaven's rivers overflow into your life with blessings untold. Step into this moon. Sow with faith. Release with boldness. And watch as heaven honors your sacrifice with multiplied restoration.